Hello, hello. Today we're going to be covering a subject that is mired in bullshit myths and cheesy marketing ploys to make you guys spend money on stuff that's never going to work. And that is beating belly fat. So yes, this is an ongoing battle between you and people trying to sell you some stuff that really isn't going to work. And I'm here to tell you some good news, but I ain't going to mollycoddle anything, so there's going to be a little bit of bad news too. But don't worry, by the end of this, you can have an actual game plan that's going to cost you nothing that'll work. I've made a lot of notes on this because I want to get it right. I want you to have this one-shot video that covers all this for you. So let's get going with the first one, beating bulge myths. Here's the biggest thing. You cannot, 100% cannot target fat loss. That means that you can't pick an area of the body and decide, I need to lose fat from there. Think about it. If you had, get rid of that, you're either left-handed or you're right-handed, aren't you? That means that you use one arm probably more than the other. But do you have one skinnier arm than the other? No, you don't, because the body works systemically. It works overall. It is a very efficient machine. That means it won't target a single area. What it does is lose fat evenly through the body. Now, is that to say that we aren't all a little bit different and have genetic predispositions? Yes, we do. We're all a little bit different. Some people hold fat in the legs, some people hold it in the lower back, some around the belly. We're all a little different in that respect, but the way in which we lose it, percentage-wise, is evenly over the body. So work with what you got. Don't look at other people and wish you were like them. You are you, so work with you. If you take anything, one thing, just the one, calories are the daddy. That's right. At the end of everything, no matter how complex you do things, no matter how often you train, no matter how many things you buy to help facilitate your training and your targets, calories are king. You have to be taking in less calories than you're burning to start dropping fat, and it is really that simple. Now, calories are the basic. They're the basic. They're your overall energy consumption, and you need to know what that is. If you don't, you are pissing in the wind. That is a fact. That's not me making it up. That's Mother Nature. That's how we all function, and it is tough titties. You have to start monitoring what you're eating. My preferred way of doing this is macros, but that involves you weighing food. Yes, it involves a little bit of effort, but really, you're putting your plate on a scale rather than on the side to put your food on it, and that's it. Plus, you can actually weigh everything you're going to eat for that day, log it, and hit your macros. As long as you eat everything by the end of the day, it doesn't matter when or how, as long as it's eaten, you're going to hit your targets. So you can do it that way, or you can do it meal by meal, which is a little more time consuming, but once you get in a roll, 28 days, anything becomes a habit and it becomes super easy. Plus, doing macros and weighing your food actually helps you gain like an idea of portion size and control, so it's good that way. However, if that's not your thing, you're going to have to groundhog day it. That means a protein, a carb, and your fats are going to have to stay the same every day, same meals each day with maybe some different herbs and spices on it. That way you've got portion control. So if your weight's not going down, you take a little bit out of maybe 2 of 4 meals. If it's going down a little too quick, you can put one back into one of those meals. And you kind of faff with it that way, but only faff with the carbs and the fats. Leave the proteins the same. Protein ain't going to make much difference unless your protein source is high fat, like red meat. You can make it lean. That's going to make it easier for you. Reduce the variables. That's the only way you can do it. It's the only way. Make sense? If you want me to do this in more detail, let me know in the comment section. I'll do a full video on macros versus portion control. But you gotta let me know. Myth 2. This is a big one. Everybody thinks that if they strip the fat down, when they do get to that lower body fat, they're gonna have that Hollywood ab look. Shazam! Unfortunately, what is underneath the fat is what you're going to have built to be underneath there. Losing fat doesn't magically build the muscle. There has to be a thickness, a density of muscle to show through once you get the fat down. If all you're doing is just dropping weight and doing no training, no resistance training to build that muscle, or not been doing anything that's like, I don't know, sprint work, boxing, all those kind of things that utilize these muscles, they're going to be flat and they ain't going to protrude and stick through like you want, which can be demotivating, I know. But again, own your shit. Let's start working to develop that muscle whilst we're burning the fat. And that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to give you some real simple stuff you can do at home every day. You just have to commit. So good news is that little bit of podge that you might have going on, that little bit of protrude, you can start working on that before you even drop fat. Why? Because chances are your internal core muscles and your ab muscles and your posture even probably pretty weak. And what we can start doing is pulling in that waistline and tightening it up underneath that so-called area of fat you might be holding that you don't want. What that's going to do is start shrinking, pulling and tightening and flattening everything off even before you've lost any fat. Sound good? Because that's what I'm going to show you now. Yeah, you got to come down here. So this is all you need. Floor and some space to be able to stretch your body out. The first movement we're going to be doing is the plank. Now whenever you're doing anything to do with abs, you have to be thinking about the abs and making them work. Too many people go on all these machines and just start pulling things through and yanking it with body weight. We need to be making the abs work rather than just going through the motion of the exercise. Does that make sense? So everything we do, we're going to think about pulling our lower abs in, and we're going to think about dialing them in and literally contracting our abs. So the movement is always at the abs, nowhere else. The plank is a fantastic exercise for working those internal muscles and helping pull the abs in and tight and flattening off that stomach. That's going to help internal core muscles. So if we strengthen them, imagine this is your tum-tum. These are your internal muscles, which are currently weak. What we're going to do is tighten them up. Woof, we pull that stomach flatter. So that works. Oh, visualization, helping the male brain. But you have to make sure that's where the load is. So to set up what we're going to do. So shoulder width, then we're going to back our feet out. Now what we want to do is have our butt down and we're going to pull our lower abs in. So we're thinking about pulling our belly button up to the ceiling. What we don't want is this or butt high. Another thing that people tend to do with this, they tend to load the weight on the legs. So what I like to actually do is to contract my abs, so I'm feeling that load in my abs now, and then actually let my knees go a bit soft. And you'll feel that load the abs up when you do that. And all you're going to do is hold this. Aim for 30 seconds, pulling those abs in the whole time, or as long as you can do, and then progress. It's that simple, but maintaining focus on the abs and actually thinking about working this rather than just doing it. And just holding your body up or down, you're going to get much more from every second of every hold that you do, and it's going to work, but you need to be consistent. Next up, it's no different. We're going to be doing another plank, but we're going to be doing on our side. Now this is a little more difficult, but a fantastic movement. All you're going to do, elbow in line with shoulder. From here, we are going to make sure that our butt is not kicking back. So look, this is what most people might do. They'll be like this. See my butt's back here? Hips need to be forward. Everything needs to be in alignment. If it's not, we're taking the load off the abs and again putting it onto the legs. So set up, elbow, palm flat, in line with the shoulder. Feet out on top of each other together. But we're going to make sure we start by pulling our abs in here. So we're already going to start right so we finish right. Then we're going to pull our hips into alignment. From here then, we're going to elevate up by pulling or pushing, I guess, towards the ceiling with our hips. And you'll feel it work here. It's going to work those obliques in the serratus. And we're just going to hold again, same as we did before. 15 to 30 seconds. Don't let those hips kick back. Keep them forward, pulling those lower abs in. And look, I am already sweating just a little bit from doing that because I'm having to focus. What you might find is you shake like a little chihuahua in a cool little breeze. That's good. It means that your stabilizer muscles are working. That will go away. Stick with it. In fact, be happy it's happening because you're going to get immediate improvement. Once you start to get good or a little cocky with these, here's some little progressions. Some little Spider-Mans means bringing that knee up towards the elbow. Again, as many reps as you can, or a time of 30 seconds, keeping that butt down. So don't, that's too easy. Remember, we want to make everything as difficult as possible. Real simple, walkouts. So from where you are stationary, every 10 seconds, inch out. Pull harder with the stomach muscles, stop those hips popping. 10 seconds again, walk it out. This is difficult. Number 3, side planks, lift the leg. Adds in a little bit more tension here and a little bit more stabilisation work. You might find one side's better than the other, that's absolutely fine. Whew. Just like you're going to have one leading side when you do biceps, everyone's like, oh, I feel like I can do more with my left than I can with my right. Do I need to be doing more? No, look, everyone has a leading edge, a leading side. It's fine, it's normal, we all have it. Stick to the rhythm. Even reps, even sets, over time they will balance and slowly but surely even themselves out. Just stick to it. Last but definitely not least, this is the tougher of the exercises that you can get involved with, and that is vacuums. Now, this one is massively genetically dependent. Some people have been able to do vacuums since they were kiddywinkles. Others you're going to have to learn from scratch. But the thing with vacuums is they are fantastic for not only helping you strengthen internal core muscles, they're actually going to help you be able to connect a little bit better with your posture, with your back alignment, your postural alignment. They make you think about everything and feel everything. So they're hugely beneficial outside of just making your waist tighter and better and those abs sit flatter. So this is something I can definitely recommend. Here's the 3 things you need to do to get the vacuum right. 1, exhale all the air until it's almost uncomfortable. 2, pull in and up. Don't suck in, pull in and up. And 3, focus on the lower abs and maintaining holding those in. As it weakens, the lower abs are going to start easing their way out, and you have to mentally connect to those lower abs and keep pulling them in for the 10 to 15 seconds that you're going to hold this for. That's it. 10 to 15 seconds, 10 times, once a day. It will make a dramatic difference. So for those just starting out, you're going to do it on your hands and knees. This is the easiest position to start developing that mechanism to be able to do the macros, to do the vacuums. So hands and knees, boom, like this. And what we're going to do, neutral spine, we're going to blow all the air out and then pull in and up. See? Oh, hold it for 10 to 15 seconds. It's going to really help with muscle control, mind to muscle connection, and those internal core muscles. Pulling those outer muscles in is going to help keep them flatter on a day-to-day basis. Eventually, you won't even need to think about doing this. They will just hold your stomach flatter because you're training them to do so. Progression point is to go up a little bit. Now, you can use anything. You can use a bedside table, a table itself, a dining table, or anything that's just kind of like around about waist height. And the progression point would be to start bent over with your forearms on whatever surface you choose. Same thing's going to apply. Exhale all the air, pull in and up. Then from there, what you're going to do is progress to arms outstretched, slightly bent over, same thing. Then eventually, hands on there, just to give you that stabilization, pull in and up, and then start dropping your hands afterwards and holding that vacuum. So this is kind of where I'm at about now, so it looks like this. Whew! It's as easy as it is, it's that simple. You hold it for 10 seconds, when you can hold it for 10 sets, aim to hold it for 12 seconds for 10 sets, and then eventually 15 seconds for 10 sets. You just do these every day, it's really not that difficult. Just commit to doing this once a day. You don't have to do all of them. The planks can be done maybe 3 times a week, but the vacuums, get them done every day and every morning. You're talking about 5 minutes of your time, 5 minutes of your commitment to a tighter, 5 minutes, 5 insignificant minutes to give you a tighter, flatter, better midsection. And it's free. You can do this anywhere, anytime. That is hopefully everything that you need to know to stop you going and wishing, hoping, praying, wondering, eating cabbage soup diets. If you've liked this, please let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, do so already. Don't go out and buy the electrocution zappity things or go on these crazy diets. If you want to see what can be done that's a little more fun with the electrocution zappity things, check out the video I did on that, where I try and do a full daily routine with one of those on max power and 2 more bits strapped to my arms. It's like the world's worst Iron Man. Oh! Oh! No! I'm bleeding. I'm actually bleeding. Don't recommend trying that at home. Nearly went to hospital. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. There'll be more of these coming. I'm going to start busting out some of these myths again like we used to do. Because, you know, YouTube doesn't show you the videos that are a couple of years old now. So we're going to get through them again. Plus, I've learnt new stuff, which you guys can then take and run with. So there you go. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know. Enjoy the tighter flat stomachs, and catch you in the next one. Boom, baby.